All right, guys, today is a super exciting day because I get to play with some of my favorite people and we get to invite you to come play with us together. And hello, you're going to want to be in this room. I am super excited to introduce, if you do not already know, these two incredible women who I think are the biggest badasses in the world of business, truthfully.
Thank
We
you.
have books and podcasts that tell us so. Please give a very warm welcome to Amanda and Lynn. They are the ladies from the Pursuit of Badassery, and they are here to rattle your cage in the best way. We're super excited because together we're coming to play and tune up the end of 2024 and start fresh in 2025. Ladies, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you. It's so wonderful always to be in your presence. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
100%, Christine. We're super excited, and we're so stoked that you said yes to jump on to the Finish Strong Start Fresh Summit coming up November 5th and 6th for those in the US and America's side, for those in Southeast Asia, all on the 6th. So we're super excited about it.
Super excited. We're coming around the world because truthfully, it is probably the hardest thing for the three of us to watch. It is business owners in their own way, scared to decide, scared to go all in, and know that everything you want is on the other side of fear.
Absolutely. And to realize at the end of every year that you're exactly where you were last year. That's, to me, I've been in that role where you get to the end of Q4 and you're like, oh, I'm pretty much where I was at the end of last Q4, and all those things I thought I was going to do and I never actually did, and nothing came to fruition, and this, that, and the other. That to me is one of the worst feelings. And I never want another business owner to feel like they are in the same place every December or every January. That's the worst.
Well, and I think Q4 is where the rubber hits the road. Like I always tell in my business communities, two major cliffs that happen in the year. And I'm in North America, so take this in context. If you're in the other part of the world, flip it upside down. One is September and the start of the fall, and the other is the start of the year. And when it comes to January, it's really easy to get bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and I hope you are excited about a blank slate. I really, truly do hope you're excited and feel excited about a blank slate. But in Q4 and in September and the lead into Q4, there's a real honesty that doesn't have the same polish. When you are not given all the free pass of a holiday, Black Friday, the family, the school year, and you have to look in the mirror and say, this may in fact be a contributing factor that I'm at the table. And I'm not pursuing maybe the things I want. And I haven't prioritized the things I want. And that does lead exactly to Amanda, that place where it's like, how did I end up here again? But you guys are going to bring in an incredible community to help shift that dynamic. Tell us a little bit about this event, why this event, and why are you guys committing to doing such an awesome thing by pulling so many amazing people into the same room to change the game?
Yeah. Well, when Amanda and I decided to finally do a summit, I mean, we've facilitated some here and there and master classes, etc. But we're like, exactly the two things that you said, but that you and Amanda were talking about. But also, so many people start to slow down at around this time. That September marker, kids are getting back into school. There might be a little bit of an influx of like energy, but then holidays start happening, responsibilities start happening, and people start to slow down. And what happens is cause and effect. When you start to slow down at the end of the year and you don't have things systemized or people to help continue the ball rolling, essentially January 1, yeah, you're bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. You're like, oh, clean slate with this like imaginary clean slate, but you have to start rolling the ball again, which creates a lot of heartache, headache. It stagnates your growth process and your ability. And so when we decided we want to do the summit, we're like, listen, like, because we talk about it all day, every day. We coach our clients around it or consult our clients around it, more consultants. But absolutely finishing the year strong and setting up the things that will put you in the proper place for January 1 to smash 2025. So getting into the right mindset, tying up those things that need to be tied up. So we have a great speaker lineup. We have 11 of us that are speaking from all over the world that are coming, that are speaking anywhere from branding to from fraction to focus. Yeah, the non-negotiables for growth. We have PR individuals. We have networking. We have mindset. We have goals. We have strategy. We brought together a team of people who are absolutely going to add value and give solutions, not just drop knowledge, but give solutions that are actionable. Like that was our biggest thing when we were pulling this together. And I know you also do summits like this as well. Like we don't want you selling to our audiences. We want you bringing value and actionable items, because the work doesn't get done in the thought, the work gets done in the action. And so, yeah, we're super stoked about our global lineup and about the results that our clients could have if they want. Like those in attendance, I should say, because not everybody will be our clients. Those in attendance, if they want change and they want different, this is the summit for them.
I love it, because I think truly the biggest lesson I learned, like when I first started, everyone who's of course listening on my channels knows, I didn't set out to be a mentor. It wasn't like I got up one day and I'm going to go do this because, it's the day to do that. I kept really observing that people do the hokey pokey in their business. 1 foot in, 1 foot out, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And they do these forward sprints where they get really excited and they go after something, but the momentum starts to stall and they start to stall. And then you're right, come January 1st, there's this massive effort required to get off the couch, to get on the phone, to get into the rhythm of life. And I think the most sage advice that I kept giving people when I started to get asked to mentor people was truthfully stay in the game. Like business doesn't happen 7 months of the year. And it doesn't mean that you ruin your Christmas because you were 24/7 on the phone. My clients for sure, though, have some of their best months of the year when everyone else took their foot off the pedal. And it wasn't that they worked incessantly through that period, it's that they just stayed in the game. And I know my own business, one of the first summits I ever ran, the first webinars that I ever saw the highest conversion from, I ran it after everyone said, you're crazy to run it in December that late in the year. And I said, there'll be a time and a place where you absolutely have to go Christmas shopping and fight them all. But after that, you might be really glad to step out for 2 hours to get your brain on something different. And I had good show ups, great conversion, great conversations. And everyone's like, what are you doing? I said to my family, you get me 24 hours a day. These guys need 2 hours of my time today. And it was a win. So stay in motion. I'm so excited that you guys are doing this. I'm super excited. I want to ask you, because yes, I'm going to be talking about fractured to focused. And that is, business growth is elegantly simple. It will never be effortless. And I built my first business 1 hour a day. I knew what to focus on 1 hour a day that created sustainable growth. And you can do 1 hour a day, even through the holidays, even through the busy periods of time, even in the start of January, because the seeds you plant need to be planted today so they can water and flourish tomorrow. But when you look at the lineup, I'm curious for each of you, what's the thing that you're like, I can't wait to see what happens when this topic gets into our space, or for my own business? What's the thing that really gets you excited? Must watch TV, so to speak.
Well, for me, the thing that always gets me excited about summits and virtual things like this is, number one, getting into a different room that I couldn't get into any other way. There's no way I could get into a room in London and in Bangkok and in Canada and in Australia all at the same time with these amazing people. So that alone is my favorite part, but I'm really excited to talk about or to hear discussed and see how people's mindset might shift, because you're right. There is this idea that, business slows down and I'll get back into it after the fact. And as long as you keep some action going and some motion, it's so much easier to push a heavy cement ball uphill if you continue to move it rather than stopping and letting it roll down a little bit and then trying to start over again. Stop, start is never going to work. And so I love that we're putting it in the start of when people start slowing down. And I am most excited about being in a room with different people from all over the world. I think I think back to my old Oregon Trail days. And that to me is the best part of any summit, virtual summit at least, is that you get to see and be revolved around and get the fire lit underneath you in a way that you can't do in your day-to-day. And if you're intentional behind it, because this is a short intentional period of time on 2 separate days, that you can focus your energy there and put the action and the work in right after and implement some stuff. And you'll see that forward motion go and you'll see that momentum pick up. And honestly, the things that you can do in small increments, if you start small and build and build and build, is absolutely incredible. And so I'm really excited to see that growth and to get into a different room.
I love that. Lynn, how about you?
Yeah, I would agree with Amanda. I mean, that's one thing that I love about virtual is that we can bring so many people globally from all over the world, and it truly is a global audience. And one of the things I will say though, as 2 things came up. First of all, going back to what you were talking about earlier, Christine, is, those that are the greatest, those that are the greatest basketball players, the greatest CEOs, the greatest whatever, like those that are top of their game, they might take a day off, they might take time here, but they put in relentless work. They hustle and grind and make sacrifices in order to get to the level of which they want to get to. Now, again, like you said, we're not saying sacrifice everything, and everybody's in different ebbs and flows of their business and in their seasons of life, etc. So we get it. Maybe this isn't your season, but if your season is to absolutely get that money and create legacy and build those fundamentals and the foundations, then it takes relentless work. It takes sacrifice. And, all those, I'm just thinking of all the basketball players, but being from Chicago originally, like Michael, like he went in before everybody, he was leaving after. He was constantly on that court making it happen. That's what made him the greatest. It was that hard work, that determination, and that relentlessness. And so don't cry about the results you don't get for the work you didn't put in. And so like you got to be putting it in. But the other thing I'll say about the conference too, and this is more of a challenge, and this is a challenge for those of you that maybe this finish strong, start fresh doesn't resonate with, but the next time you're at a conference or at a summit like this, and we'll say this on our summit, is I'm excited about the results of the people. Like I definitely am going to, we'll be implementing stuff on our personal brands, but on the Badassery brand, but we're going to challenge everybody to take one nugget. And it doesn't matter if it's something you've already done or something that maybe you feel like, but first of all, be open to learn something new, even if it's not directly from the person that's speaking. It could be indirectly because of where your thoughts go. But make a note for one action per topic or per speaker slot to take away and do right away within 48 hours, if possible, because some might take a little bit longer, but within a simple action based on that talk. And even if you just implemented those 8 things, because there's between the times, there's 8 hours. Even if you just implemented 8 things from the 8 hours, the difference you're going to have in your business and in your life, there's a ripple effect. It's not just going to cause and affect your business, is going to be so profound and life-changing. And I'm super stoked to see that happen and to see who actually follows through with that challenge.
It's interesting because for sure, we can see mountains in our mind. We can make this a big climb. And it doesn't have to be. It is about speed, getting into the right rooms. It is about focus on the one thing you can take. And when you're in this season of finishing a year and starting a year, I said, it doesn't have to be Mach 10 hair on fire. And there's a lot of things you can automate so that it looks like your business is still drip feeding stuff while you're making Christmas dinner, while you are celebrating your religious holidays, and honestly taking time to breathe and reconnect to the things that bring you joy. And yet I'm in a sales sprint right now, which both of you guys would love, honestly, because you guys are saleswomen like me. And it's like, there is no excuse not to do this thing. And there's 10 things we have to do a day. And most of us are avoiding it like the 500-pound gorilla in the room. And it's like, pick up the phone and do it in 20 minutes. Instead, like it's eat the elephant one bite at a time. And it starts with like 20 minutes in your calendar saying, I'm going to do this one thing today. And there isn't anybody that can't find this time. It is the most liberating thing because the seeds you plant today really start to compound. And that's when business growth gets really simple. And so I'm loving that we get to go play together. I'm going to ask one final question is, what's the one tip that you will take in and how you'll treat your business? Say, this is the one tip that says this is going to be the thing that I will do. I'll invite my clients to do to make the most of the fact that this fresh start, finish strong, fresh start event happening in November 6th and 7th.
5th and 6th.
5th and 6th. Sorry, I'm on the wrong time zone.
That's
I've been on the wrong time zone today all day. Thank you. 5th and 6th, guys.
Just yesterday, Lynn couldn't remember what month it. Yeah, I understand. I've been in 3 different time zones in the last 3 days. So honestly, I don't know.
I was asking, are we still in October? And she's like, for the
I said the same thing. I put something in today for November, and I was like, wait a second. No, wait, I'm still in October. But don't worry, guys. This is just proof like anybody can really, truly move a mountain one bite at a time. We'll make sure you've got the dates. You've got the details in the descriptions for these lives. Get your ticket. But what's the tip? What's the tip that says, do this is one thing. This is our invitation. Start here to finish strong and start fresh.
Well, sign up using your name as a discount code and they get a hell of a discount.
They get a heck of a good
definitely
deal,
use Christine as the discount code. So that way you get a really good, an amazing, as what do you call it, Amanda? A smoking
good deal. Smoking good deal. It is. It's smoking hot.
Yeah.
I would say absolutely. Register now. Block your calendar.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say for a tip for me would be mark your calendar and then mark an extra hour on the back end so that you can implement. So put it in your calendar for those 4 hours each day and then add 1 extra hour. If you end up not using it and you end up doing something else, great, go crazy. But if you're really serious about growing your business and seeing that change, adding just 1 extra hour, even a half hour after the summit to implement what you learned and what you went over will make a huge difference in whether it actually gets done and actually how it transforms your business and how quickly, because that speed of implementation is so important. So for me, I think obviously use your code Christine to get a discount, but then mark your calendars and then add an extra hour so you can implement. And again, if you end up not using it because the turkey blows up or whatever, I mean, it's a little bit early for turkey, but if it blows up, even still, you have that opportunity to implement because that's going to make all the difference because action is what's going to get you there. Not just, I mean, listening is great, being present is great, but then going the one step further and actually putting these things into action is going to really make the difference.
Guys, these are great tips.
Go
great
ahead.
tips. Powerful.
Well, I want to add one more.
All right, go for it.
She stole mine. Is that, besides sign up, is once you sign up, like one of my things that I always do, even with summits that I don't attend, is I go through the speaker list and I start to follow them. So follow all of our speakers on all the different platforms, watch what they're saying, engage with them. There's a reason why we brought all these people together. They are amazing at what they do. They definitely are people. But their knowledge is incredible. So start following all of the speakers pre the summit. So that way you can start to get lots of information already.
Yeah. Okay, guys, we're going to recap it. There's this amazing event. You need to know these people if you don't already. Amanda and Lynn are very good friends. We've collaborated several times. I'm a big fan of what they do. They're pulling together an awesome event to really help you do. To help you do and to help you see a vision in a period that isn't about slowing down and stopping. It is about controlling your speed of execution through a period that is an opportunity. And so we want you to register. I want you to take a smoking good deal by using my name at the door. You're on the VIP list because you're in my inner circle. Use my name and you'll get a ticket for $10. It is smart money. And Amanda's right. It's not enough just to show. If you really want to see results, plan to implement, plan to connect to the speakers, and plan to continue to be in this ecosystem that these ladies have created, because truthfully, it is where you're going to be surrounded by support And there are no dumb questions in a room of evolving entrepreneurs. And that's what you're going to get. So I want to give huge kudos to these ladies. I'm really excited to see you guys launch this. I can't wait to be part of it. You guys get the date right this time, November 5th and 6th. And this will be a very global community. So if you are looking to grow outside of your geography, this is a really exciting room, because there will be people from all over the planet coming together for a shared vision, which is finish the year strong and start an epic 2025. Good luck, ladies. I'm really excited to be part of this. Thank you for the invitation. Guys,
Thanks, Christine.
follow the link right now, make it happen, and we will see you on the inside. Final thoughts?
Thank you. We are so excited to have you, Christine, and we're always a pleasure to have any collaboration with you is always a good one.
Absolutely. And we didn't throw it in before, but there's thousands and thousands of dollars of giveaways too. So that's also an extra bonus from the speakers and from us. So we're super stoked about that. But yep, Christine, we always love collabing with you, and we look forward to seeing you all in there.
All right, guys, set yourself up for success. You've got your dial, you've got your GPS, get your ticket, be in the door. We look forward to welcoming you on